that's great that your cash flow plan looks great, that your expenditures look fine, that you're making money at the end of the day. But if you do not deal with what really you've gone through in life, it will catch up with you.
You're listening to the Woman of Value podcast. You are about to hear the story of a woman who is following her dreams and passions and creating positive change in the world. My guest today is Tracy Ftacek. She is the founder, owner of the Pretty Convenient Salon, one of Chicago's preeminent hair and makeup studios. She's a Paul Mitchell National Educator, and she's traveled all around the world teaching innovative hair and makeup workshops and sharing her best practices for salon ownership. She's also the founder of the Pretty Convenient app, an on-demand beauty app where her all-female team of some of the industry's top professionals deliver a convenient and stunning beauty experience to your home. But Tracy wasn't always a superstar business owner. And we're going to talk to her today about her resiliency and how she went from living in a trailer park to the successful entrepreneur she is today. Welcome to the show, Tracy.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, Tracy, what does woman of value mean to you?
Oh, great question right off the bat, too, huh? I love it. I think that it's somebody that when they walk out of the room, they left it better than when they walked in, that recognizes the strengths in others and helps them find the belief in themselves and believing in others until they really do see that belief in themselves at the end of the day.
That sounds beautiful. So helping people believe in themselves and leaving the room better than when you came in. I say the same thing in dating. It's like when I have a client who's going on a date and they're like dreading it, or the guy doesn't look like his photos or whatever. And it's just, if you can go in with that attitude of leaving the person better than when you found them, it's just such a good way to approach anything in life. So I love that.
I love it.
So, yeah. So Tracy, you are this successful entrepreneur who is doing all this great stuff, but you weren't always that way. Can you tell us that aha moment when you really learned who you were as a woman of value?
It's an interesting question as well, because I grew up in Anchorage, Alaska, and was raised by a single mom who, at the time, I watched the struggles that she went through. And in many cases, we were financially broke, but we never had the mindset of poor. My mother always believed in me, and I had amazing family and friends that surrounded me that believed in me. But because of coming from that financially lesser than background, it was a real struggle. A lot of that, the buzzword now is the imposter syndrome, crept in a lot of different ways. And I would have to say my career over the last 30 years in the beauty industry, every 5 or 6 years, due to transfer of companies, we would move to a different state. And I would have to start back over again without a clientele, without a business, without a circle of family and friends. And that's when I realized that you do not have to come from something to affect the